Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. I'll just tip the camera up so you can see what we're doing. This is the Leopoldii, or Tigrina, and you don't get a faster response than this. I just went in on the computer. It is 4:30 on, what's today, Saturday, and my post for Everything in Bloom on the 8th was posted earlier today. I would normally deal with the comments tomorrow morning, but I had a reason to go in and have a look, and a couple of comments caught my eye, one of which needed a response there and then. That was Rachel's, and the other one, literally I refreshed the page, so at the top of the comments was one from Michael McCarthy. And I always take notice when he says things, and it basically pointed out a video that I had watched, somebody else's, not mine. I do watch mine as well. Oh, and while we're on that subject, I'll apologise. The Everything in Bloom on the 8th has got ads in the middle of the video. I forgot to uncheck the box, obviously. It's the first time it's happened. I knew it would eventually. There's not much I can do about it now apart from try and avoid it in the future. Sorry, I didn't mean that. That wasn't intentional. Anyway, this other video basically pointed out, and I believe it was a Cattleya from memory, somebody hacking one to pieces and finding it absolutely full of fusarium, which it had obviously had for a while and was doing okay for a while, and then just suddenly collapsed. I wonder. And as I'm chucking it out anyway, we've got nothing to lose, have we? That's all. I'll be back. I need my wire cutters. This is actually wired in place. I've just noticed the wire. Don't have to go and get the wire cutters. Right. Now obviously I only need to get the rhizome. I'm not interested in the rest of the plant. So all I need to do is be able to get the rhizome out. So I need to cut the wire. I think there is only one, yes. And then all we need to do is hack until the rhizome comes out. So I don't need pseudo bulbs, not to any great extent. I'll leave the base of them. I just need to hack these roots off until the plant lifts out. And they are quite extensive. And there'll come a point where I can just lift the plant out, which may be around now. I'll just tip it over and then just keep cutting in underneath until it comes out, which it will do soon. There we go. This is not an extensive root system. The good roots were the ones hanging out the side and over the side. There weren't many down in the pot really. Right, so now when I got this plant, let me just cut these pseudo bulbs off with the leaves because they're waggling around and getting on my nerves. I know this looks dramatic, but I'm throwing it away. It's not. Now one thing I have never seen yet, I won't say I never will. God, it's hot today. I have never seen the purple ring halfway up a Cattleya pseudobulb or halfway up a Dendrobium cane. I have seen it up the stem of a Vanda though. But under normal circumstances with a plant like this, if there is fusarium in it, it's going to be in the base. Like that. Let's creep up. We'll get sections here. Getting nearer and nearer to the front of the plant. That doesn't look that bad to me. See, if I'd bought the plant at this stage and cut the back bulb off, I wouldn't have taken any notice of that. We'll come forward one more. I'm just cutting the rhizome in between the pseudo bulbs. I would not say that that is badly infected personally. So we're now getting very close to the front of the plant. I don't think that's got fusarium. So whatever it had, it went down fast. I'm just going to go right up to the front of the plant now. That is not an infected plant. That is clean green. It's about as good as it gets. So it wasn't infected with Fusarium, so that's not what took it down. So you have to think, well, what the hell was it then that can take a plant down that fast? Doesn't leave many options, does it? It's highly unlikely to be a cultural issue. It had roots. It might not have been the best root system, but it had viable, hydratable roots. For a plant that size, I've seen plants get away with less. It's not a huge number in the pot. So, I've got a lot of pieces to throw away now. So, the plant was going in the bin anyway, so what I've just done to it is no big deal. But really has gone bad, hasn't it? And this is soft here, where this brown is. That is actually soft tissue, as opposed to here where it's not. So that's disintegrating. Now this was a relatively recent pseudobulb compared with some of the older ones. That's totally collapsed, that section there. Totally. It's not wet, but it's very soft tissue compared to this, which is still firm. If you close your eyes, this leaf feels like this leaf, but that bit doesn't. So we may never know, but whatever it was, it took the plant down fast, and it happened as it bloomed. So as it was growing the buds, these leaves weren't anywhere near this bad. They were still viable, still had quite a bit of green on them. But as these blooms opened, it seemed as though the plant just gave up, just failed, just literally collapsed. So whatever it was, it has ceased to be, and so we may never know. I haven't had a reply to my inquiry about virus testing kits. It'd be a bit late for this one. I'm not saving it. But the guy I'm trying to contact is notoriously bad at getting back on emails. So if I remember today, I'll try and go in a back door, which I shouldn't do. But there is another way of contacting him that is a bit devious, but it involves using another individual who I've got access to via a totally different medium rather than email, and I'll try it. I mean, I know the person in question well to laugh around with and have a chat and a laugh, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'm more guaranteed to get a response relatively quickly. I still don't know whether that's a viable option to get these test kits, but or even if I'll bother. But I'd like to at least inquire as to whether I can get them at a price other than what I was quoted. I actually went to the company that supplies them, and you know, on their website it said that you can buy 5 or you can buy 25. There was quite a discount for buying 25, which annoys me. That sort of thing annoys me. At the end of the day, there is a unit cost, and you apply your appropriate profit. That should be the retail price. It shouldn't go down because you buy 5 or buy 10 or buy 20. What that means is you are profiteering on those who can't afford to buy lots and who can only buy a couple. You're profiteering, aren't you? You're gaining an awful lot more profit on those small numbers of units than you are on the larger number. If you're still making a profit on that large number, you're ripping people off, aren't you? I do not like that sort of thing. It annoys me. Barring postage, obviously there would be a discount on postage for buying larger numbers, but because it's a single package, isn't it? Anyway, I'm hoping that, you know, the contact via the trade could possibly get me a better discount, because the price I was quoted for 25 is 3 figures. But when you divide it by 25, the cost per unit is not ridiculous, you know. Trouble is, it doesn't save your plant, does it? What do you actually achieve? You just find out that your plant is rubbish and you need to throw it away, and you've paid money to find that out. But what it does do is possibly protect the rest of your collection. So there's some sort of sensibility in there somewhere. Anyway, that remains to be seen. That's down the line. This was not the Fusarium infected plant. Not by a long shot. Clean as a whistle. There was a subtle hint of purple around half of the rhizome on the very oldest part. So at one point it may have had it. But since I've had it, the growth that has been produced has been clean. But that is logical because it would have been treated as part of a routine treatment anyway. So it's been growing clean for the last 3 pseudobulbs. So it wasn't that, was it? Which leaves the other thing. It was a virus. There's not much else will take a plant down that fast. So there we go. A hacking session in the kitchen. And now that can all go out in the bin, out of the flipping way, out of sight, out of mind. That can go to one side to be, that'll have to be sterilised. If I ever get round to doing this bleach treatment, once I've done the plants, that can go in there. Just chuck the pot in there, get the media and the roots out obviously, and then just chuck the pot in, give that a bleach soak too. If you've ever had a plant that's had a virus, everything that's ever been near it needs sterilising. You know, pot, tools if you've used any, and you don't reuse media that's come out of a pot that had a virus plant in. That goes in the bin as well. So there we go. It was worth a look, and thanks for the suggestion, Michael. It didn't achieve anything apart from the fact an idea for a video, so thanks for that. See you next time.